So since my last video, I did some cleanup. You can see here I put all the drives at the front and I put a fan on them. Got my power supply still powering everything, and that's my problem today is I've got a 530 watt load, 540 sometimes, on a 750 watt power supply. So what I'm gonna do, this little power supply here, if you short these two pins, the power supply will always be on. So I'm gonna do that and power these cards with that power supply, which should knock off 200 some odd watts from that one, would make everything run quieter and also run cooler, I hope, since we'd be sharing the load. Never done it before, so we'll give it a try. So I got the second power supply plugged in. This is misleading. The 397 is actually coming from this power supply here, which is the original power supply, but it's no longer at the 540 I think I had. It's at 395. So you can see I put about 150 on this power supply right here, which again is misleading because that's monitoring that power supply. These three cards are what's sucking up that power. I may end up putting this card also on it, my 2080, just because it seems like it balances it better. Oh, now it's down to 204, so I'll have to see. Might have just stopped mining. But everything on here you can see is set up the same. I didn't change any configuration. I just put over this other power supply. So if you get a cheap power supply that's only a 750, you can run it in parallel with your other 750. I don't know efficiency-wise how much worse that is to have to convert two instead of one, but it's definitely cheaper than buying the 1,000 watt power supplies are expensive right now. Over here I got my USB farm. That's 2 terabyte. That's another 2 terabyte. I think that's a 5 and that's a 5 and that's a 2. And I guess at my USB hub running them all. And then those are all 8 terabytes down there. So for my Chia farming, I think I'm pretty set, and I'm not going to add any more video cards. So it's just a matter of load balancing now. So this is that machine on top of the fridge that I just balanced the power supplies on. You can see it's still doing what it does. I almost have 300 plots. Still no Chia farmed, but I'm planning on letting it run for a while. Maybe it'd take 4 months, but eventually I should get 1 or 2 Chia to pay back all this time and equipment that I put in there. Copying off the latest plots, that'll put me at the 302 count to that external that we saw, and then 2 of the internals. I try to balance them around, and I think performance-wise, I can actually crank all the way up to high performance now if I want to. That'll put my CPU a lot faster to handle the, because I think I go up to like 125 watt on the CPU versus 60 when I flip between these. Didn't like it. You can see right here because I'm in the video, so it timed out, but it was working fine. Should kick over to the, there we go. So CPU is at 3.2. When I run this power saver, it flips to the lower 2.8. That's what I usually keep it at. It saves me 100 watts just by running that. But anytime I'm in here messing around, I'll go back to high performance. The J drive, again, I think these are controller bound. This one is my incoming and outgoing drive. It's like my staging drive. The plots come in here and then they go out to the other ones. So I got J, H, and L. All of those are receiving plots right now simultaneously from S, which you can see the write speeds at 58. It's only about 25% use. Usually there's one incoming while there's another one outgoing. So I can't stress enough how great this SSD staging drive is when you're moving plots back and forth between servers. It would take forever to dump to these other drives with the controllers that I got in there. Anyway, I'm now power balanced, which I'm pretty excited about. It's not gonna be nearly as loud because the one 750 trying to put out 550 was not doing well in terms of cooling. And more importantly, I'm gonna check I'll update the efficiency, but I think it could be that running 2 750s at half load may be more efficient than running that one 750 at 75% load. I'll find out and let you know.